Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is not part of the Arkham series. Now, I have been told many times that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was made by Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker, and it's their fault the game sucks. At least according to the people who work for Sweet Baby, who make bad games for a living. I'm going to show you evidence that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is not part of the Arkham series universe, and is in fact a parody of it. A parody, for those that don't seem to understand, is a non-canon fanfiction style take on a popular franchise. And in this case, Sweet Baby, jealous of Rocksteady's success with the Batman Arkham series, made a game that mocks the story that took place in those games. They even have a museum exhibit in the game that does it. They go through all three of the main games with silly voices, and then show Batman joining the Justice League with his mask off. Next, let's look at the box art of these games. Here is the box art of the three main games and the two other games that were made by other studios but are related to the three main games. And here is the box art of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Fits right in, doesn't it? Right away, you can tell the difference between these games, who the focus of these games are. In the Arkham series, it's Batman. In Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, it's these losers. Next is the gameplay style. In the Arkham series, it's free-flow combat, an amazing style of gameplay that should be in more games. Your character has a selection of attacks that they can use to wear down enemies as they jump from one to another. Eventually, you can do finishing moves to each one, and when when you deliver that last hit, the game goes in slow motion with the gameplay style of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. You do not use free-flow combat. Instead, your characters all jump and shoot like characters from Fortnite. Not that there's anything wrong with that style of gameplay, but this is not the right style for Arkham games. Yes, each character has a scripted melee finisher or two, and an awkward melee attack for shield harvesting, which shouldn't be even be a thing. But it's more proof that this game is not made by the same people that made the Arkham series. Then there is the fact that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a live service game. None of the Arkham games are live service. Yes, Arkham Origins had all-night multiplayer, but the main game was not live service. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was live service because WB wanted that Fortnite money. This was the worst way to go about it. Instead of giving us unique characters that attack differently, or characters that are all the same that attack the same, they give us characters that look different and are all from different walks of life, but they all attack the same. It's like the appearance of diversity, but not real diversity. Kind of like how Sweet Baby makes all their games. Remember that. Next is the story. I already talked about how they mocked the history of the Arkham games during the launch content of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And with games like this, the first impression is the most important. That's why there was so little story during the live service portion of the game. Statement games, as I call them, are woke DEI pushers' bread and butter. They love making them because usually you make the game and then you move on. Back in the old days, statement games were cheap and short side games made to make a political statement and then end. People were not expecting to get money back from them because they funded it with money from the more successful series games. Sadly, nowadays, many companies are trying to make statement games with series game budgets, and that just doesn't work. But that's for another video. Right now, I need to focus on continuing to prove that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is not an Arkham game. Let's see, we have creative team, box art, gameplay, game style, and story. Wait, I'm not quite done with the story yet. Spoiler warning for this crappy game that got less than 2,000 people on average playing it. All throughout the story of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League are made fun of and insulted. Batman especially is weak and dumb. Eventually, you, playing as the diverse heroes of the story that would never stand a chance against the Justice League in canon stories, succeed in killing all of the male members of the game. Wonder Woman, also being an idiot, dies to fake Superman, while our heroes stand by and do almost nothing to help her. None of the Justice League members are in character. It's like the game was written by teams of people who hate them and want to replace them with heroes they like instead. That was a running gag throughout the game and in the tie-in comics. They killed off all the characters they hated and replaced them with the ones they liked instead. Now, if you are somehow put in charge of a successful gaming universe and you decide to get rid of all the things that made it successful because you don't like them, maybe that universe is not for you. Anyway, after all the crappy life service stuff, the game ended. After a year of shame, the Justice League that were killed turned out to be clones, except for Wonder Woman. For some reason, she is the only one who died for real. That is strange for a woke DEI pushing game creator. You'd think they would want the female characters to do well, unless she's considered the wrong kind of female, one that teamed up with male characters. So she's a traitor like Green Lantern. Whatever. This game's story is not an Arkham style story or an Arkham quality story. It's a Sweet Baby style, and I can improve it. Look at what happens in this game compared to their others. The Last of Us 2, the white male main character is killed and replaced with a female character that they like better. Alan Wake 2, the white male main character is turned evil and replaced by a female character they like better. God of War Ragnarok, the white male main character is sidelined and replaced by a female character they like better. So next Spider-Man 2, the white male main character is sidelined and replaced with diverse male and female characters the writers like better. Then there's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The white male main character is sidelined, turned evil, and killed, and replaced by diverse male and female characters that the writers like better. The stuff that happens in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League are straight from the Sweet Baby Handbook. And that brings me to the last bit of evidence I have to prove that this game is not part of the Arkham series. Right before Harley kills the clone of Batman, she lectures him about causing physical and emotional damage to everyone he knew, which is rich coming from her. But she said something else during her rant. When Batman was telling them that they were going to lose, she interrupted him and said, "Let me guess, Deadshot's a deadbeat dad? Shark will never be a real boy, and I was never too bright. Get some new material, jerk." That "never too bright" quote was from a part of an Arkham City DLC. That took place after the main story. Harley, the real one, had ordered her henchmen to capture cops and put them in a sacred location. Batman found out about this and started to interrogate henchmen to find out where this place was. Soon he learned that there was a secret code he needed to get from henchmen so he could get into the place, and he either monologued or talked to someone on a private radio channel and said something like, "I'll figure out the code and find where Harley has the cops. She may have a code and some time on her side, but she never was too bright." Harley never heard him say this. But you know who did? Sweet Baby employees. This game is a big FU to the Arkham series, and it's so obvious. Harley is not Arkham Harley. She's the Harley from the cartoon show, the cartoon where she was gay for Poison Ivy. Deadshot was movie Deadshot. Deathstroke was from a medieval comic. Again, if you are in charge of a universe and you decide to replace everything in that universe, perhaps that universe isn't for you. The Arkham universe is not for you, Sweet Baby. It's for fans of the Arkham universe, like us. No more live service games. No more remakes. Only new games with more DC characters need to be made. And they need to use free-flow combat. So go back to making statement games that are cheap and easy to make and aren't AAA. Because your games aren't AAA. You can't do it. You make everybody gay. You can't do it. Good games aren't made this way. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. I hope that this evidence has convinced you that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is not an Arkham Universe game. If it hasn't, then please tell me why in the comments section, and I will prove you wrong so we can move on with life. Speaking of which, New York City, do not remake the Arkham series. You are not the same team, so you won't get it right. And we Arkham fans will point out all the mistakes you make. A better plan would be to make sequels. A Battle for the Cowls style game would be awesome. You could have Dick Grayson be Nightwing and then become Batman. Jason Todd be Red Hood. Tim Drake could be Red Robin. Introduce Damian Wayne as a clone child of Bruce and Talia, and he could be the new Robin. Introduce Cassandra Cain as a Batgirl. You could introduce all four Batwomen, and you could introduce all four Batwomen, one of which is black, and they all could be different sizes. You could have a big one who does wrestling moves, a medium-sized one, MMA fighter, and a smaller one that is super agile. The red-headed one can use her father's army and weapons training to fight. You could also introduce Bat-Signal and Batwing, two black male Bat family members who could also be different. Batwing could be an injured soldier that Lucius makes a Bat-themed mech suit for. With it, he could do big and powerful sweeping moves on henchmen. And Bat Signal will be a very small and fast guy with nunchucks, and he's all about peppering enemies with hits until they fall over. It's time to move on, New Rock City. It's time to stop tearing down the legacy of the old games and start building on it with new ones. The new guys to make Arkham's Justice League. Introduce Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, and the others, and they all can use free flow combat. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will be explained as an alternate reality that someone with advanced technology can see and warn people about to stop it from happening. Superman could do that easily. Have him use his Fortress of Solitude / spaceship to figure it out and help others avoid it. Anyway, Dick Grayson will be the Batman that joins the Justice League. The others may help out every now and then, but they will mostly keep to themselves and work mostly in Gotham and other cities like that. Bruce Wayne, Batman, will be seen every now and then, and eventually the character you were playing as, you'll have a choice of several of them, like Gotham Knights, will discover that he is hanging out with Alfred in a secret Batcave and is semi-retired. He'll go out as Batman every once in a while, but he is getting older and he is willing to leave things to the younger set of heroes that are becoming established as the game unfolds. This will help set up when he finally retires and becomes like Oracle for Terry in Batman Beyond. As for Oracle, she could stay Oracle, or with Superman's help, she could get surgery to be able to walk again and become Batgirl. But it could have its own issues. Say she can walk again, but there is a lot of pain involved, so her fighting style would have to change. Instead of the high fancy spinning kicks that she used to do, she will use smaller, simpler, lower kicks and more punches. Think less Taekwondo and more Wing Chun. And this will set up how she can walk in Batman Beyond. But before that game happens, you have to have a Justice League game. That's why I want Dick Grayson to become Batman. The original Arkham Batman will not want to work with anyone, but Dick would. He would understand that there are so many heroes coming out of the woodwork that they need to form a team so they can learn to work together instead of against each other. This is an opportunity to make some good series games, Rocksteady, to make some real money and to keep your studio from closing. Enough wasting time with AAA statement games. Now is the time to use the AAA budget and equipment to make something that will sell. And if you don't like it, quit now. WB is desperate to recuperate that $200 million lost. And if you don't want to help with that, get out of the way. Find a little studio funded by everyone and make those old school statement games that can run on mobile devices instead. There are many Arkham fans that will gladly take your place. I'm your Web Comics, and if you guys at New Rock City decide to stay the course and get shut down, that will suck, but I can live with it because there are other studios making really good Arkham games now. Thanks to games like Suicide Squad, names of studios mean nothing anymore. It's all about the quality and the style of the games now. Thanks, baby. You really done it this time.